Jai Shri Mataji. Let, let us all begin by placing our hands on our laps and observing Shri Mataji's photograph. And as we look at our Holy Mother, observe the love and try to feel the love from her picture flowing to all of us as we gather this morning to meditate before her. All the elements around us, the atmosphere, is fully vibrated by Param Chaitanya, by the divine vibrations, the flow of love from Shri Mataji to her children. And through the ether element, we feel her love touching our fingertips. As Satyogis, it is our duty to absorb these vibrations and not be content with just feeling the cool breeze. We have to absorb the cool breeze as this is the love of Shri Mataji that heals our spirit, heals our chakras, heals our physical, emotional, mental state of our body. And it is so important for us as Satyogis to purify our attention enough that we may enjoy this flow of divinity from our Holy Mother. It is these divine vibrations that activate our Mother Kundalini. So as we are absorbing the Param Chaitanya on our fingers, we feel our hands go cool. We know that our Holy Mother is present before us. Let us absorb, pull these vibrations in with our attention and direct them to our Mother Kundalini with our attention. So as we bring our attention to the Kundalini at the base of the spine, we are expressing the purest desire that any human being can have. And that is to be one with Shri Mataji, be one with the power that created us. And you may feel the intensity of the vibrations begin to increase on your hands. So the more we express the desire, the more powerful the vibrations get. As this first light of Param Chaitanya touches your Kundalini, she is now ready to respond to our humble request. And so, with the utmost love in our heart for our Kundalinis, for Shri Mataji, and expressing the purest desire, let us raise our Kundalini 3 times and then put ourselves in the kavach of Bandhan. Once again, the hands are back on our lap. And at this point, we can now close our eyes in the full comfort that our connection to Shri Mataji is complete. Throughout this meditation, let us continue to direct our attention and make sure that we are absorbing Mother's love through our fingertips, that we can feel on that boundary between the ether and the earth element, which is the tip of our finger. We can feel the Param Chaitanya touching our hands, and that with our attention we absorb these divine vibrations. This is important because as Satyogis, we have been given the power to use these vibrations, the Param Chaitanya, to help our Mother Kundalini work out the different aspects of growth in our spiritual ascent, and to help Mother Kundalini to clear any obstacles. Today we will first begin with placing our left hand on our liver. This is on the right side of the stomach, in the area of the right nabhi, just below the ribs. The liver is high up on the right side of the stomach. Now we are absorbing Param Chaitanya from Shri Mataji on our right hand, and we are nourishing our physical body, our liver. Our liver produces the right amount of heat and energy needed to activate our right side, our Pingala Nadi. It is the energy and the heat of this liver that makes us turn all our desires into action. So the prayer here this morning Shri Mataji, please regulate the heat in my liver to the perfect balance needed to make me a dynamic Sahaja. Mother, if my liver is too hot, please you cool it down. If my liver is not hot enough, please, Shri Mataji, generate the right amount of energy to make me a dynamic Sahaja Yogi. We have to understand that dynamic Sahaja Yogi does not mean that we run around conducting hundreds of new seeker meetings over Zoom and run around all over town trying to convince people that they need to take to Sahaja Yoga. That is one aspect of it. But the dynamism comes from how we use our powers given by Shri Mataji at a subtle level to work out the good in this world. That we are actively connected to her at all times and able to be aware of this connection all the time and utilize this connection all the time. And we're able to be in awe and worship of her all the time. This is the dynamism of the Param Chaitanya, allowing it to continuously flow. Shri Mataji, please make me a dynamic Sahaja Yogi. Regulate the heat in my liver to be the Sahaja Yogi you want me to be. Here we're first going to take the mantra for Shri Ganesha, asking for his blessings in removing all the obstacles, all the badhas. Mantra Shri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Let us remember the vibrations are flowing into the right hand and nurturing our liver with the left hand, nourishing our liver with the left hand. Just below the seat of the liver is the right Swadhisthana. And the right Swadhisthana controls our attention based on the heat of the liver. If the liver is too hot, then our attention is affected. So hand is still on the liver, but our attention on the right Swadhisthana. Shri Mataji, please, Mother, purify and enlighten my attention. Just like Shri Fatima, who was the cooling balance to Shri Hazrat Ali during the heated times of war. How she established the dharma of the household with cooling, loving attention of a mother and a wife. Mother, in the same way, please establish the power of Shri Fatima on my right Swadhisthana to maintain the cooling balance of my liver, of my right Swadhisthana. And Mother, please establish the dynamism of Shri Hazrat Ali so I can be the warrior of Sahaj Yoga, of Sahaj principles, of Dharma, all the qualities of the right side. Mother, may they please be activated within us in balance. Mantra Shri Hazrat Ali Fatima B. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Hazrat Ali Fatima B. Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. You see how the right hand has become so cool and balanced? All the nourishment of Param Chaitanya flowing to the liver, regulating our right side. Such a divine power Shri Mataji has bestowed upon our hands that we can absorb her love and direct her love to the different chakras, direct her attention to the different chakras within us. Now, let us switch hands. We're going to place our left hand on our lap and the right hand on the left nabi. The left nabi is the seat of the spleen, another very important organ in the regulation and balance of our physical being. So now let us please be aware that we are absorbing the vibrations from our left hand and nourishing our left nabi chakra and the spleen. Vibrations flowing in to the left hand. Param Chaitanya nourishing our spleen. Shri Mataji, by your divine grace, please bring the function of our spleen into perfect balance. As we know, the spleen regulates the flow of the blood through our vascular system, which regulates the oxygen that our cells are getting. Regulates the amount of energy and brings balance to our left side and our right side. Shri Mataji, please let your Param Chaitanya optimize the function of my spleen in a way that my left and right channels are completely in balance. And see if you can enjoy how Param Chaitanya is hitting the tips of the fingers of the left hand now. And with our attention, let us make sure we absorb the vibrations so that the cells of our spleen are fully nourished by the right hand. Here sits another very, very powerful manifestation of Shri Fatima. This is the divine in her form as Shri Gruha Lakshmi, the householder, the housewife, the pillar of all the successful civilizations and societies in this world's history. Shri Mataji has countless amounts of times told us about the role of the woman at home and how important it is to maintain the balance in our society. So here, let us ask Shri Mataji, Mother, in your divine form, as Shri Fatima be, Shri Gruha Lakshmi, please establish the auspiciousness, peace, joy, balance, and nurture in our home life, in our families. Please establish Shri Gruha Lakshmi Tattva within all of us. So that we may nurture and establish a loving, joyful, accepting, and peaceful environment in our collective. First, we ask Sri Ganesha to remove all the obstacles in this prayer. Mantra Shri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Immediately, such a burst of vibrations on the left hand as the right hand continues to nourish the spleen. Let us try to absorb the vibrations from our fingertips up along the arm, Let us now offer the mantra to Shri Gruha Lakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Gruha Lakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let us now bring both our hands on our lap. Shrimataji, let me feel the bliss of the absolute balance that the Param Chaitanya and your divine love have granted us today. Let me feel the effect of this balance on my physical body, in my subtle being. Let me enjoy this balance, absolute peace. Let us try to feel on our hands the showering of her blessings. If you desire, you can open your eyes and re-establish that connection with her photograph. Briefly, but at this point, let us now collectively bring our attention into the Sahasrara. This is her kingdom. And with the flow of the Param Chaitanya, she has invited all of us to sit before her in the Sahasrara at her lotus feet to enjoy her company. And because we are all connected in that state of complete balance, which is regulated by the liver, the spleen, and all the other organs, we can confidently sit in Sahasrara without troubling our Holy Mother, with pure desire, pure vibrations flowing through our body. And so this is the time that our only duty is to worship our Holy Mother, to give her our love, and listen in complete silence to her response, which is the flow of Param Chaitanya in Sahasrara. So let us meditate in silence. Let us offer the three Mahamantras. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Let us maintain this state of silence that we have established so effortlessly by Shri Mataji's grace because of the flow of her Param Chaitanya. And throughout this day, let us emit these vibrations in our atmosphere back to the elements and try to maintain that connection to Shri Mataji. We can all offer namaskar, collectively raise our kundalinis, and put ourselves in bandhan. And with that, I'm going to conclude the broadcast. Jai Shri Mataji.